It all started on a seemingly ordinary Saturday afternoon. Evelyn, a bright and cheerful 18-year-old girl, accompanied her mother to the local grocery store. They often did their shopping together, chatting about school, friends, and future plans. Little did Evelyn know, this mundane trip would mark the beginning of a terrifying ordeal that would haunt her days and nights. As they strolled through the aisles, Evelyn noticed something unsettling. A man, tall with a disheveled appearance, seemed to be watching her. At first, she dismissed it as a mere coincidence, but as she moved from one aisle to another, his gaze never left her. Her heart began to race, a chill creeping down her spine. She told herself it was just her imagination, but deep down, she knew something was very wrong. Trying to shake off the feeling, Evelyn focused on finding her mother, who had wandered off to the produce section. But the man followed her every step. Panic started to set in. She glanced around, hoping to spot a store employee, but there was no one in sight. The store, once a familiar and safe place, now felt like a maze of terror. Evelyn ducked behind a shelf, trying to hide. Her breath was shaky, her hands trembling. She peeked through the gaps, praying he wouldn't find her. She could hear her own heartbeat, loud and fast, as if it might give away her hiding spot. The man's footsteps grew louder, and she had to bite her lip to stop herself from sobbing out loud. After what felt like an eternity, she gathered the courage to move. She had to find her mom. She couldn't stay hidden forever. Finally, she spotted her mother, blissfully unaware of the danger. Evelyn ran to her, tears streaming down her face. "Mom, we need to go. Now," she whispered urgently. Her mother, sensing the fear in her daughter's voice, didn't ask questions. They left the store in a hurry, but when Evelyn looked back, the man was gone. That night, Evelyn barely slept. Every creak of the house, every rustle of the wind made her jump. She tried to convince herself it was over, that the man was just a figment of her imagination. But deep down, she knew better. The next day, Evelyn tried to go about her normal routine, but the sense of being watched never left her. At school, she saw him standing across the street, staring. On her way home, he was there, lurking in the shadows. Her fear grew with each passing day, the stalker becoming an ever-present specter in her life. Evelyn's world turned into a nightmare. She was constantly looking over her shoulder, her heart pounding every time she stepped outside. She couldn't escape him. Her friends noticed her change in behavior, but she was too scared to tell anyone. She didn't want to sound crazy. Then the messages started. At first, they were just eerie direct messages on Instagram. "You're beautiful, Evelyn. I watch you every day." Her stomach churned with dread as she stared at the screen. Who could be sending these? She blocked the account, hoping that would be the end of it. But it was only the beginning. New accounts began sending her messages. "I can't wait to be with you forever. We belong together." The words were typed in all caps, as if the person was shouting through the screen. It sent chills down her spine. She blocked those accounts too, but the messages kept coming, each new account more disturbing than the last. The messages escalated quickly. "I love the way you smell. I love the way you move. Soon, you'll be mine, Evelyn." She could feel her skin crawl as she read them. She reported the messages to Instagram, but the accounts were deleted before any action could be taken. The fear grew unbearable, suffocating her every waking moment. One evening, as she was walking home from a friend's house, the unimaginable happened. The stalker appeared out of nowhere, grabbing her arm with a vice-like grip. Evelyn's blood ran cold. She tried to scream, but fear choked her voice. Summoning every ounce of strength, she managed to break free and ran as fast as she could, tears blurring her vision. She screamed, her voice finally breaking free, but the streets were empty. There was no one to help her. She burst through her front door, sobbing uncontrollably. Her parents called the police, but by the time they arrived, the stalker was long gone. The police took her statement, but there was little they could do without more evidence. Evelyn felt hopeless, trapped in a never-ending nightmare. That night, Evelyn had a horrifying dream. The stalker was in her room, reaching for her with his twisted smile. She woke up screaming, her parents rushing in to comfort her. The nightmare felt so real, she could still feel his cold grip on her arm. Days turned into weeks, and Evelyn lived in constant fear. The stalker seemed to have disappeared, but she couldn't shake the feeling that he was still watching. She avoided going out alone, always staying close to friends and family. But the fear never left her. One evening, as she was watching the news with her parents, her heart nearly stopped. The anchor reported the arrest of a man responsible for multiple kidnappings and murders over the past few years. The mugshot flashed on the screen, and Evelyn's blood ran cold. It was him, the stalker. Relief washed over her, tears streaming down her face. The man who had haunted her dreams and turned her life into a living nightmare was finally behind bars. Evelyn knew she would never forget the terror she experienced, but at least she could finally start to heal. Evelyn's story is a chilling reminder of the dangers that can lurk in the most ordinary places. It's a testament to the strength of the human spirit to survive even the most harrowing ordeals. Stay vigilant, stay safe, and remember to trust your instincts. You never know who might be watching. Thank you for listening. If you enjoyed this story, please like, share, and subscribe for more tales of terror. Until next time, stay safe and sleep well.